Hey, Steven, we got to figure out an intro to the podcast.
That works.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for listening to another episode of the No Fluff MSP Marketing Podcast. Today, I'm super excited. In the building with me, usually guests aren't in the building, but I've got an amazing guest in the building today, Justin Omar. Justin, appreciate you being here, man.
Of course, man. I'm glad to be here myself.
Little background on Justin. It's kind of funny. I was working with ads Jake. Shout out to Jake.
Big shout out to Jake.
Super incredible meta ads individual. And he knew ScaleCon was coming up, and he's like, dude, you got to get more video content. I'm like, I know, but like I'm busy. You know, I try to do the excuse thing. He's like, bro, just reach out to this guy. And so I reached out to Justin, and it's funny because your confidence is just like kind of one of a kind. You know, we can talk about New Orleans a little bit and just kind of who you are. But I was just like, this guy seems like kind of like a douche. Not really, but I was like, I don't know. I don't get this guy. Like I was kind of confused. I'm like, but I liked your confidence.
Yeah.
I was like, let's just hire him and see what happens. I should not have called you a douche. I do apologize.
No, I get what you're trying to say though. I understand. Yeah.
But I was just like, I don't know. You just don't meet a lot of people whose confidence is a 10 out of 10, you know? Yeah. And so I was just like, I didn't know you. So I was like, you know what? Let's give him a shot. We go out to New Orleans together. First thing I already liked about you is anything I said, you were just like, yeah, let's do it. I was like, hey, bro, I'm going to go to New Orleans. Like, would you be down to like come with? He's like, let's go next week. And I was like, I'm going to schedule for next week. He's like, yeah. And I was like, dude, can we do like a 24-hour trip? Like I got 3 kids. Like, can we just go and then come right back? And you're like, we should do that. And I was just like, man, this guy's great. Like I already like it. We land in New Orleans. We have like 4 things we want to do. I was like, yeah, we'll hopefully figure it out on the spot.
The expectation was so low because of the time frame, but what happened was so much.
Yes. So we literally film for the morning. We only film for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
And we get 2 months worth of content.
Yeah.
Funny videos, educational videos, hype videos, sponsor videos, get them to register, registration videos, get them to register, like so much content in like, well, probably more than 5 hours, probably like 8 hours or something.
And this was day 2. Day 1, when we landed, we were like, let's scope it out. Let's look. And we started doing all the pictures. Yes. And that's when you started doing all the more graphic oriented ads, kind of the countdown stuff. So we did the images and that was hilarious. We're like, we're going to go here. We're going to go here. The tattoo shop was crazy.
So fun.
And all these little things. And then I think that led into, okay, the ideas were sparking. And you're like, all right, 10 a.m. tomorrow after breakfast, we're going to go in. And I was like, all right, cool, let's do it.
Yeah.
And it was just nonstop. And everything weirdly was just aligning.
Yeah.
When we did the little funny tour MTV crib style video, that lined up with something else that lined into another thing. The hotel was super cool with us too. So
they were awesome. They were incredible. It was the pictures. It was just so funny because we just kept going around New Orleans. Like we got to get crazier and crazier pictures. At one point, we go to a tattoo shop that's like this sketchy tattoo shop. Yeah. I'm like, bro, are we going to get murdered right now? And you're like, no, let's just go. You ask him. He kind of tried to say no. And you're like, no, it's going to be fine. You like showed him some other photos. We just worked our way into getting a tattoo. Yeah. You know, obviously a fake one of like ScaleCon. And like these guys, like they did not expect any customers all day. You know, they were probably doing something sketchy in there before we showed up. So it was just incredible. And I think I'm so used to being the guy that has to come up with all the ideas.
Right.
It's always been that way. It's like, I'm the guy that most of the ideas are coming from with my team. When I was at Alltech with my family, like I'm just the idea guy. So like for the first time, other than maybe some other than with Steven, it's like you were coming up with ideas and they were awesome. I remember we were in there and you were like, we're going to do a music video.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean? We got 30 minutes. What do you mean a music video? You're like, dude, just trust me. Like we need to make up a song. So we downloaded an AI.
Yeah.
Came up with a ScaleCon song. It slapped after like
it was
version
pretty good,
4.
I'm not going to lie.
And then you get these shots of me and it turns into the best video. It's the one that everyone cited. It's the one that got the most registrations. It was that silly video that we almost didn't do, but you're like, bro, let's just try it.
Yeah.
And it turned into doubling our registrations for ScaleCon from year 1. despite me honestly not promoting as much. They're about the same as the first one. So it's like, what was the, common denominator? What was the variable that changed? It was like video, really good video content, images too, but like the content schedule that you and I put together leading up to the event doubled the event.
Yeah. Which is crazy because there was still a lot of content that wasn't posted either.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was so much, like, I think I made a bunch of speaker reels from the previous year to promote, to show off the speakers. There's a bunch of ideas that we put out there. But I think overall the content push for ScaleCon with a small amount of time, because I think you hired me on 90 days out.
Less than 90 days out.
Yeah. So it's like we had to kind of like flood, and this was more flood than I think you've ever done
for sure.
on your side, not for your clients, but for your side.
For sure.
That I think that now going into next year as well, you know what to prepare for. Because now we have to triple and double down on what we already did.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And so it really, I mean, obviously I've preached about video for years. We used it a ton at Alltech, but like having someone dedicated to video like you to really just help us produce the amount of content that needed to be produced in a thoughtful and interesting way, it's just helping in every facet, So I do want to get like your thoughts. I'm going to ask you a ton of questions, but tell us a little bit about your background. Like, how did you get into, video and using that for content and everything else? Like, what's your background?
Yeah. So my background is I have a huge plethora of music. I was in the music industry for about 10 years. Started off in my local town out in South San Francisco, California, doing music videos for local guys in high school. So I was in high school doing music videos. I went on my first tour with a bunch of local artists. And I don't know if you know who this guy is, but his name's E40.
Sounds familiar.
He's an old school rapper from back in the day. Anyways, went on tour he was the headliner. So we went on a tour with him. I was 17, senior in high school, and I took a chance on myself. I was like, look, dude, like, this is what I love doing. I love doing these videos and creating something out of nothing. That was my whole bargain. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to take a chance. So I went out, and it was a month and a half. And this was like basically the second semester of high school. So it's like I could be kicked out or something like that. Like, I didn't care at that point. I was like, I'm focusing on this because this is what I don't want to learn about science. I want to learn about this. This is what I want to do. Yeah. So from that, it just exploded. I started doing a bunch of music videos all over the country and stuff like that. And that exploded into a new phase, which I was doing a lot of high-end post-production work for a company out of LA called VH Post. Mm. We grew that all together. It was already a huge company on its own. And then we grew it even bigger by adding more editors to the squad. Mm-hmm. And then that became huge. I think it was 3-time Grammy nominated for the videos we've done. We've done everything under the sun. There's so many songs out there that we've done. Mm-hmm. And then that, to me, it got to a point for 10 years. I was like, I need a new challenge. Because you reach a peak in something and you're like, I'm on top right now. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what more can I do from here? Yeah. Done everything. So it's like, all right, let me try to see something new I can do. And I started looking into this marketing, and I've always liked helping people with ideas on cameras and this and angles and lighting and et cetera. So I was like, maybe I can try this. Mm-hmm. So I already had the skills on the camera side, the lighting and the production. So I was like, how can I implement this into helping businesses? Yeah. So I took on 2 careers as like working for somebody in a company to learn. Like, think about me as like, when I worked for somebody, I didn't go into that for money. I went in that for knowledge. Yeah, money paid my bills and et cetera, but the knowledge is what I was in it for. Yeah. I didn't care about the limelight and this, because I was already around all the people bigger than you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I didn't care about none of the limelight from all these entrepreneurs. I was like, I need to learn this business. Yeah. So I worked in that for about 3 years with a couple entrepreneurs, and it gave me the tools to learn how to create value in this space for people. Mm-hmm. And from there, I just ran with it, created my own company, Hardcut Media, and now I help businesses scale with great content.
When did you start Hardcut Media? I
started Hardcut Media officially in April of last year.
Oh, okay. Wow. I didn't realize it was that.
Yeah, it's new.
Soon.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, and it's something I always said about you since I met you. I'm like, I feel like we're not going to have Justin forever, which makes me sad. I'm just like, certain people that are as talented as you, I'm like, well, I got them when they're just getting started, and that's great.
Yeah.
And sure, it might just be a situation where I just keep having to pay you more over years to keep you. But like, it's one of those things. I recognize talent as soon as I see it.
Right.
And working with you, it's like, wow, what a breath of fresh air. I don't have to be asking you ideas. I mean, I come up with my own ideas, but it's great that you do too. Your thought of content producing results.
Yes.
Like there's times, and this is just for a tip for anyone listening, where like Justin will be getting a video of me on like a really good tip I'm giving. And then like, I'll just kind of end it on what I thought was a good ending. He's like, bro, that was great. It directly relates to your service. This is where you throw a lead magnet in, right? Yeah. Or this is where you put your call to action right now. And I was like, well, I don't want to, I don't want to be salesy or whatever. He's like, dude, shut up. Get over that crap in your head. Like you just gave them value. You provided value. Like have a call to action. If they want that thing from you, don't you want them to know how to get it? Yeah. So it's just using content, not just for entertainment, which we do. You do an incredible job at too, but also like there needs to be a point to monetize that content. Yeah. And that's something I really, really appreciate you a lot. So then you started Hardcut Media. Your main focus is video.
As of right now, yes.
Why do you think video is so important? What a broad question.
It's a very broad question, but I think video can tell a story better than an image or a blog or this or that. And like, for instance, for podcasts like this, there's a video version and an audio version, and you can hear us talk about something for a long time and hear a story, right? People are driving, people are at work or et cetera. I think video correlates not only the story, but it shows the message more, and it shows a actual person. Yeah. Now, today with AI, it's so hard to not believe what's true out there, because a company could put something out there with AI video-wise, and you're like, wow, that's so great. But it's like when you meet them or something like that, you're like, well, that's not you. You're totally different. So I think video correlates a lot better to the consumer, if that makes sense.
100%. Yeah. And it's like one of those things when I meet people who I've listened to their content, it feels like I know them. Yeah. I mean, it truly feels like I know them. Yeah. And I've heard a lot of people say that about me. They're like, oh, I feel like I know you. I'm like, that's amazing. And I've had that experience many, many times, because like when you're listening to somebody, it's like you're in the room. Like this person right now is watching or listening. Like they're in the room with us right now. And so they're getting to know both of us, especially if we're our authentic self, which is the easiest way to be. Yeah. Like I'm always just completely myself. Like when I'm on the podcast, if you meet me in person, it's going to be exactly who you expect. Like no weirdness going on. And so it's the best way to build trust. I mean, it's such a great way to build trust. And like I said, after working with you and just in general with how much video, it's like, dude, nowadays video is marketing. Yep. Especially in B2B, where sometimes it can be complex, or there's long sales cycles, or like you really have to build a lot of trust before a decision is made. Another reason I stress Google reviews so much. Video is the easiest way to connect, other than meeting them in person, obviously. But if you don't have that at your disposal at any given time, video, it's just the easiest way to trust somebody and really get to know them.
But think of video as very bingeable. Mm-hmm. So if I'm trying to, let's say, for instance, I needed marketing from an MSP, right? Hypothetically, I own an MSP. And if I watch so much video and I hear so much value, why wouldn't I come to you for service? Yeah. I know I need the service as a business. I know I need it. Mm-hmm. So if I watch you and listen to you and you build the authority, that's why whenever we make content, I'm always like, we have to position you as the authority. We have to. Yeah. Because when I position you as the authority, now people can correlate like, look, this guy knows what he's doing. Mm-hmm. He's talked to me about this. He's talked to me about that. He's giving me all these free tips and tricks. Mm-hmm. What more do you have? And that's when the funnel starts.
Yeah, exactly. That's so spot on. I use this example on the last podcast, but a local company, I think called Access Accounting. I'd been following him on Facebook for a while, and he recently started posting videos of him being authority. Like it's someone's in his car, he's walking on Lake Mirror, and he's just giving tax and bookkeeping advice and whatever. Yeah. He's the guy I'm probably going to use. I've been watching his content. He clearly knows what he's talking about. Yeah. Some of it's a little over my head, but I know that he's the guy that knows his stuff, and like that's kind of who I want to work with. It's also so outside of my expertise that Googling wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do, because it's like, okay, I'll see a bunch of sites that say accounting and bookkeeping, but like I specifically have things that I need help with. It was almost like too big of a lift to even start Googling. So the content warmed me up. Yeah. The content funneled me to him. Yep. And so for IT providers, like, I know it can be complicated and it's like sometimes boring. It's like IT, but we can make it. It's a million ways you can make it fun.
Oh,
but,
a gazillion ways.
Yeah.
I have ideas already.
Yeah. You know, so for those listening that, you know, whether it's a marketer, a salesperson, owner, do you have any tips for them on just like easy, sustainable ways to either think about content and then create that content with video?
Yeah, I actually do. I mean, I do this for my own self is Google 10 businesses in your area and watch what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Start there.
Yeah.
What are they doing that you're not doing?
Yeah.
And I would specifically reverse engineer video. Like, okay, what kind of video are they doing that I want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Or what kind of videos are you watching that you're like, I could totally do that for my business?
Yeah.
Then what you do is write a list, make a list. And then now just correlate that to your niche and then just make the video. If it's with your iPhone, is it with your camera? If you hire somebody, whatever you do, I think the first things first is just start.
Yeah.
Because what happens is, and I think that this might be working for you a lot, is the more I see your face and the more you talk to somebody and the public, the more people will gravitate towards you. Mm-hmm. Especially if you're just yourself. I hate watching content, and I can't wait to start my series when people are they have to create the avatar. They're like somebody completely different, or they're a dickhead, or their ego's out the roof, because it's like, that's not you.
Yes. Yeah.
Just be you, and people will gravitate more. And that's why, like, me personally, I'm just me. Like, I'm always going to be me.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be fake. I'm never going to be somebody else for anybody else. I'm just going to be me.
Yeah.
And I think that's what gravitates the customers to you, by just being you. If that makes sense.
No, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
That includes the flaws. Like, I'll make so many mistakes on this podcast, you know, mistakes in memberships, and I rectify them. But I don't edit it.
Yeah.
I say dumb shit on here all the time.
Straight up.
And I'm just like, I'm just gonna post it because, like, I'm a dude that's massively flawed, and, you know, maybe not massively flawed. Like, I've got flaws, you know, and it's okay to show that. Like, you know,
I think people like to see vulnerability too.
Yeah.
They like to see people like, oh, you're just an actual person.
Yeah.
That's why I don't know if you listen to music at all. Like me personally, I really like Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
As an artist and as a person, because he's just so open about his life.
Yeah.
He's super real. He doesn't hide nothing, and he's just talking about whatever is just out of his mind.
Yeah.
And he just keeps it real.
Yeah. How does content and video for you change when the client's like business to consumer brand, like a meal prep company or something, versus business to business, like a marketing agency or an IT company? Like, how should they adjust their strategy as a B2B company versus B2C?
I think B2B is very more targeted, because a B2B is looking for a specific thing, if that makes sense. Like, if you were looking for a videographer to do video on this thing to market to your people. Yeah. Now the other end is more broad. So I think there's 3 pillars of content that I go by: entertainment, education, and inspiration. Sorry. Yeah. So if you can inspire somebody,
education, and inspiration.
Yeah. If you can inspire somebody, then you're bringing awareness. If you can educate somebody, you're bringing a lead. Yeah. And if you can entertain somebody, you're just creating more value. Yeah. Like, you're just bringing the awareness in. And that's why I feel like content in all is the same thing, but it's the way you do it, right? Yeah. The way you pick the lane. Like, for instance, for ScaleCon, I would be very broad, because it's like, you know, the content itself is tailored towards MSP owners itself, but you can be very broad on how you do the content, the funny, the this, the that. Yeah. Now, MSP Camp is more tactical. You're going to come to this, you're going to get a service, and you're going to scale. Yeah. See what I'm saying?
Totally.
So that's why I feel like those two businesses have to do different types of content, but also don't be afraid to do it all.
Yeah. Dude, it's so funny you said that, because, you know, with MSP Camp, I really lean on, like, we really want to show personality, because it's part of the member. Like, we want members that are just a little more fun. Like, we don't have almost nobody that complains. Right. Lots of people give us membership feedback, but I hear other agencies and other communities talk about how their people just like whine or complain a lot. And like, we just don't have that. Like, literally, we don't have it. We just have people that want us to be better, or help us to improve. So they'll give us really good feedback. And I think it's just because the culture of the content we create. Like, we just create content where it's like, we are ourselves. We are building this thing. We're working hard. We care a lot about growth. Do you too? Then come on.
Yeah. I also want to say one thing. I think it's also how your staff is around you. Your whole staff is kind of like super chill, laid back. You're funny. They can understand the funny. They'll be funny. Like they're cool with doing content with you. Like I think the people you surround yourself around also correlates towards the business owners because they see that. They're like, oh, y'all are just cool as hell. Like y'all are all making content, doing funny stuff. She's telling me this. You're telling me this. It's like, oh, I like these people. Yeah. So I think that also helps a lot.
That's a great point. It's almost like the culture of the company can dictate the content that's created.
Yes.
And it's interesting because, again, I've talked about in this podcast a little bit, but we are launching like Apex. We're launching a B2C brand that's only here in Lakeland. So it's not really applicable to those listening. But I think a lesson that can come here is the video content we're planning is different than MSP Camp.
Yep.
Like we are showing up as the, like, I hate to use this term, but I mean, it's called Apex, but like we're showing up as the alpha in Lakeland.
Yep.
Like there's all these little marketing agencies that don't really know what they're doing. Their website looks like shit. They don't know how to run it. They don't run any ads. Like they're not a good marketing company. We're going to show up day one as the company with the best website, the best ads, the best reviews, like the best everything, a Cybertruck rolling around with fucking claw marks through the side.
Yeah.
Like we're going to show up day one as like the alpha. And so the content we're creating with that and the culture is like, eat your competition.
Yep.
It's going to be like, these are the facts you need to know. This is what your agency's doing wrong. It's going to be much more like an aggressive style of like, we are here to grow your business. Yeah. And like, it's just a different vibe. It really is a different vibe. Yep. And the content's going to display that. Yep. Like the Instagram, when someone gets on the Instagram or the Facebook, the website, it's like black and greens and like more kind of aggressive, more polished. Whereas MSP Camp, like, we're a lot less polished. We're more flowy. We're more fun. We're more creative. Like it's just different. And it's just like, if you're going to commit to a certain brand, you have to commit to the content that kind of establishes that brand. Right. Like it's funny. We're probably not going to do any funny with Apex. Whereas MSP Camp, it's like half of what we do. Yeah. And that's not going to change.
Nope.
So, it's just interesting how, for those listening on their MSP, it's like, all right, what is your vibe? Like you might need to lean more into that vibe of your culture with the content.
But I think that also lies in, as an MSP, in my opinion, is like, what is your brand? Mm-hmm. Like what is your colors? What is your fonts? What is your voice? Mm-hmm. Who is your target audience? You got to really sit there and ask yourself what that is first. Mm-hmm. Like start there first. Okay, cool. Like you're like, my brand is this. We're the camping, we're the outdoors, we're the fun, we're the funny. You understand that. Yeah. So I think for a lot of those people out there, especially because I went to ScaleCon and I've seen a lot of it, of the people's brands, the videos they played on the screens. And I was like, a lot of people don't really understand their brand fully first. Yeah. Then from there, you can explode it. Now, if you want to be the super tactical, I want to just teach, good. Mm-hmm. All for it. Mm-hmm. But then it's like, now you're only going to get that. Yeah. Now, if you have like it's like, you should be the pilot of all MSPs, if that makes sense. Because it's like, you have the talking heads that we do, which is very tactical. I'm telling you exactly what to do. Yep. Then you have the funny. Yep. Then you have the conference. Yep. So it's like those three things alone should show me, okay, this is my ideal scene. Mm-hmm. So how do I make that happen? Yes. That's how I look at it.
That's a great point. A lot of times people, and I've actually seen it many times, where people will pay a lot of money for a video and then they like post it on Instagram one time. Crazy. And then they're like, wow, that wasn't worth it or whatever. Yeah. So when it comes to video, one thing I've 100% seen you do, which I love, is it's almost less about the content and more about the strategy. Yep. And you actually get annoyed with us. And that's what I love about it. Because you're like, I didn't see a post today. Yeah. We got 40 things created in that folder. Where's the post today? Like, you're diligent about it. Another reason I like you, because that's part of that confidence. Like, you're not afraid to be like, dude, I know what needs to happen and I'm going to make sure you guys do it right. Like, that makes me very happy. It's hard to find vendors that do that, or not vendor partners that do that. So when it comes to creating video, what should, people be doing with it? What is a strategy around video content?
Well, I think that you need to start. The best way for a beginner out there is to, first of all, make a long form video. I think this is the best. I'm going to give you the best ever tactic right now to how to do this. Find a topic that you want to talk about. For instance, today I want to talk about a new Sony camera. So I'm going to talk about everything about this Sony camera, top to bottom, for 20 minutes. Now, how many clips can I get out of that 20 minutes? Now I got a long form video I'm going to put on YouTube. Now I have 15 clips that I'm going to post one clip a day for 2 weeks on 5 platforms. Mm-hmm. So just think how many numbers now this is coming into, right? Yeah. And this is just one small thing.
Yeah.
So I always think about volume because Alex Hormozi says that it's a numbers game. Yeah. That's all it is.
Yeah.
The more you post, the better chances that somebody's going to come across you, a lead, a person, et cetera. They're going to get value, et cetera.
Yeah.
Today's standard now is people are posting 6 times a day because volume is everything. Now, do I personally think 6 times a day is overkill for businesses that we're talking about? 100%. I think you scale to that. But I think what you need to do is start first about posting once a week. Start there. And the best way to get to that point is just make one long form video. Do a podcast. Like today, we do this podcast. How many clips are we going to get out of this? You know what I'm saying? Think about it as a number of things you can put out there.
Yeah, spot on. And one thing people seriously underappreciate is the thinking, the preparation.
Yes.
Before the shoot.
Oh, 100%.
You know, like obviously I said we only had 4 things written down. We went to New Orleans, but the whole time I'm on the flight, I'm like, okay, we got to, you know, like I'm thinking about the type of content we need to create. And you are too. So that's why when we showed up, it was just like bam, 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 because we both in our mind have been thinking about it for 3 days beforehand, right? And you're coming back Wednesday. We're going to shoot for 5 hours.
Yep.
You better believe we're going to have 15 to 20 different scripts. Yep. We're going to have the different types of shots we're going to get. I'm going to have the ads written. Like we're going to be highly prepared because a lot of people just get in front of a camera and they'll do their best. And that's actually good. Don't let me shy you away from doing that. Do that. But also, as you get more comfortable on camera, like the preparation beforehand is an important piece that a lot of people
100%.
Like some of our best performing ads, like the Raymond E. Monster one, the $97 one where I walk around the office, that wasn't just like, I'm going to walk around the office and talk.
Yeah.
It was like I'd spent like multiple hours on it, writing it, and then I held it for like a week and a half as I iterated it. And then that ad absolutely crushed for like an entire year.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for the preparation behind the video and then the distribution of organic and paid, it wouldn't have done anything.
Yep.
And so, don't just create pretty videos and then just like kind of leave them on social media to die. Repurpose them, use them in ads, like add them in emails. Like if you had a really good tech tip, someone had the same question. Here's another thing on video. This is different.
I got a good one too after.
Yeah, please do. No, right now.
All right. So another thing too, what you could do is reverse even further is if you go on your social media, you go into your little manager task thing, and I forgot which one. I think it's under total followers, and you scroll all the way down. There's something where it shows your retention rate in the video, right? So let's say you hire somebody $500 for one video, you put it out there and it died. Where did it die? What happened? You see what I'm saying? Like, don't let the idea die all in one. Okay, let's say at the 9-second mark, it's dying. So in the first 9 seconds, I hooked you in and you were there. What happened after that? For the other 21 seconds, if it was 30 in all. What can I change? Do I need a different edit? Do I need a different screen? It's all about the testing. Like, I think social media organically in total is a lot of testing, a lot of different ideas and hooks and looks and et cetera. Because for me, social media is a very bingeable place. You'll be on there and you're not on there for 10 minutes. You're on there for 30, 40, an hour, and you're just binging stuff. It's the scroll. Now, if you find a video that you relate to or you like or a topic, like for me, I'm super into cars, right? If I find a video I'm super into cars, I'm clicking that page and I'm watching their other videos. I'm binging.
Yeah.
So moral of the story for that would be, if you're an MSP owner, this is just me putting it out there, find stuff that you want to binge and make a series.
Yeah.
That's another good way to start putting content out there. Say, look, this is the best example. This is what I wanted to hit on. When I was working with a physical therapist, I made the easiest content and the most high converting because it was so easy to make. Because it's a service where you're a physical therapist and I'm coming to you. My knee hurts and I don't know what's wrong. Okay, so here's the video. In 90 seconds, I'm going to teach you how to fix your knee.
Yep.
So it's just very, your consultation is all hooks. Every question they're asking you, you're just going to answer to a camera.
Yep.
And now 10,000, 100,000 people now know the question, or they answered that question.
Yep.
And now you just build trust and value.
Yep.
Now you do that once a week, posting, and look what you just created.
Yeah.
So that's why with your talking head videos, that's why I'm always so like asking you the question, because I understand like 10 other companies that are watching this right now are like, that's the same question I needed answered.
Yeah.
Now I'm binging you.
Yeah.
So that's what
this is how we get AI proof. right?
Yep.
Like everyone's so worried about AI. I think AI is one of the greatest tools. It is the greatest tool probably ever, potentially, especially as we see more and more applications in marketing and the other applications that are going to come outside of marketing, like that are already happening. Is absolute insanity, but I won't go on that tangent. Because you can go to Gemini and ask, how do I fix my knee? And it's going to give you some stuff, whatever. It might even one day be able to spit out a video. But it doesn't beat the physical therapist down the road who's been doing it for 30 years and understands the nuances of your different types of body types and like can really understand like the human element. The human element is it's the soul behind the content. Like it's just true.
Yeah.
I saw an example. It was really cool. There was a bunch of different, a guy listened to a bunch of songs and it's like, he just had a feeling on some of them. He didn't know what. And he found out that those were the only ones that were made by AI. Now, obviously, there's going to be a point where you can't even tell at all.
Yeah.
But it's like the soul behind the creation of something is important.
Yeah.
Like it really is. And so to AI proof it, like you yourself helping somebody or answering the question or being the authority, that is AI proof.
Yeah.
People want experience of other people.
Yeah.
And that's very valuable.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people try and start a podcast before they've actually done anything. And it fails because it's like, dude, you haven't done anything.
Yep.
Like I think the only reason this podcast doesn't have any listeners is because I spent 7-8 years building an MSP, doing the things that I'm talking about. So I have tons and tons and tons of real life experience to bring to the table.
Yeah.
And so it's like, yeah, that's worth listening to. AI can give you a list of things to do, but it's different. What did you try and fail? Yeah. What's working the most right now based on, what we're seeing? Like those types of things are invaluable.
Yeah, but I also think the bigger picture is, am I going to listen to an AI software or am I going to listen to somebody that's made X amount of dollars doing the thing?
Yeah, exactly.
That's all about the position again.
Yeah, 100%.
That's how I think about it. Yeah. I'm not going to go listen to this. I'm going to listen to the guy that just told me he made $50 million a year doing this. Yeah. Screw this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
100%.
It's all about the position. That's how I look at it. Even when you're a small brand, as long as you can position yourself well as the authority, then you're going to succeed.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. And it's, just getting back to like video, it's like everything is content. One example that I know I'm blowing your head up today on all the reasons I love you, but like here's just one of the best examples of like a true content creator. We had 3 videographers, loved all of them at ScaleCon, right? ScaleCon went incredible. We got so much video content. Justin's numbers for the amount of content we needed to get were insane, which is great. It's what we needed.
I think I was annoying you guys at one point.
In a good way.
Yeah.
That's what I love.
I would even come up to you like, look, I'm sorry, but.
Yeah. Well, the conference ends. It is over. The conference is over. And everyone's packing up and we're all exhausted. And you're like, hey, I need you and Nigel over here. We have a set up. And like, I don't want to talk crap on anybody, but it's like other people were saying not to do it. And you were like, no, we're definitely doing it. And so you set up chairs where the background was the entire conference being like taken down. Mm-hmm. And then you guys just interviewed me and Nigel, and like some of the best content of the entire conference was that. Yeah. It was a moment that was almost missed. But when you think about content, everything is content. You're like, whoa, this is a pinnacle moment that's occurring right here. Big conference getting taken down, like the chairs in the background being folded up.
But it's what nobody thought of.
Exactly. But it was that content where it's like, I've never seen this. Nobody's seen this. This is like fresh. That's going to hold your attention. Yep. And that's obviously for anyone listening, it's not like you're going to be good enough to think of stuff like that all the time, but that's just an example of like practice precision. It's like content is like a muscle. The more you use it, the more you start seeing this can convert, this can create, this can attract. Yeah. That was gold, dude.
Yeah, no, I think that was probably the coolest thing I remember doing of the whole event. I think it was one of those things where I think I was sitting in the back at the last segment of the day and I was like, what can we do to end this off with a bang?
Yeah.
And I was like, we have to wrap this up. And I was like, yeah, I could easily just interview you guys normally, but I'm like, no, let's set a set. Let's do it like fireside chat. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you're just talking about the event itself. Mm-hmm. And that basically voice over the whole recap.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, this is gold right here. And it's crazy because it's like you said, people were shutting it down, but I was very stern. I was like, no, we're doing this. I was like, exactly. You can leave. You can honestly leave if you want. I didn't really care, but I was like, I'm going to do this because I know I can, like I tell you all the time too, when I film your content, I was like, I'm already editing in my head.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm already editing exactly what this is going to look like. I was like, I know what this is going to do for it. And then when I think I sent it to you, you're like, holy snap.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell did you? Yeah. Whoa, I did not expect it. You probably forgot about it.
No, because I was just as excited. When you said that, I was like, dude, yes, we should definitely do that. Like, that's a great idea. Yeah, that's just absolute gold, bro. And now when it comes to ScaleCon 26,
I was just going to go into
bro, we're also hiring an admin assistant this time. A lot of our ideas going to be, or jobs going to be planning all this stuff out, like getting the calendar together. But now it's going to be so much easier to market ScaleCon 26 than it was ScaleCon 25, which it was 24. And think about you, like for those listeners, just take a second. You hear there's an event called ScaleCon going on that's going to teach MSPs how to grow, market and sell their business and do proper account management for upsells. You are being marketed to come to this event. Just close your eyes for a minute. What would get you to sign up for this event? Would it be a bunch of static text from people saying how great it was? Or would it be a video of that MSP marketer or owner, elation on their face, all this going on in the background, how much they love being here? Which one for you is going to convert?
We should put a poll.
Yeah. Right? Which one's going to convert? Is it going to be, lots and lots of copy on a page with really nice design on all the things you should be there? That's probably going to help. Or is it going to be a video of the excitement and I want your input on this. I'll give you this idea that we're going to put on the site. I was like, every event, there's a video, which better to have video than not have video, where it's just like the whole event's hype. It's like, look at all these people, everyone's excited, clapping, laughs. And it's the same video every conference uses. Well, I think for ScaleCon 26, what we're going to do on the homepage is when they click go, it's actionable tip after actionable tip after actionable tip after actionable tip. Like it's going to be like 5 minutes of the presenters with some of the best tips they gave on stage. That's what the whole video is going to be. And then the call to actions on the end. It's like that was 5 minutes of a 2-day conference. You in? Because in that 5 minutes, I'm going to teach the person on that page stuff they didn't know. It's going to be the highly actionable things that they did not know before they watched this video. They landed on a conference landing page where we talk about we're all tactical, we're no fluff. We talk about it all the time on the page.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me prove it to you.
Yeah.
Let me prove it to you by giving you tips, whether you register or not. This is like literally stuff we learned last year that people have already been implementing to get MRR in their business. Have it for free. But if you want a lot more of that and you want to actually grow your business, register.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I think that's great, but I would also like to split test a crazy idea.
Okay. Yeah.
I kind of want to do some like iPhone, think the Kanye West, not to bring him into this, but the Kanye West Super Bowl ad when he's just on his phone, he spent $8 million for the ad on his phone in the back seat. It was 20 seconds and he converted that to like 30 mil. Just that crazy. Yeah. Just that video made him like 30. Yeezy sold out.
What?
Yeah, no, that's a whole thing.
Even with all the drama of all this?
Yes.
What?
So what I was thinking would be super cool is if you were like in the backseat of a car or van and you're talking about ScaleCon and all the value and what they're going to do and stuff like that. And then you just jump out the van and then you just show the venue. Oh, see you here. That's it.
That's cool. Well, we'll do that too.
No. But you see how like compare and contrast. You want to do that. That's what you need to do. But I'm over here thinking of like the left field.
Yeah. Because that's going to attract some people. Yeah. The actionable is going to attract some people. Yeah. The funny is going to attract some people. Yeah. The music video is going to attract some people. And like now this year, we're going to have to do another music video.
I'm so down.
Unfortunately, it's like a thing now. Everyone's like, all right, where's the ScaleCon music video?
Sorry. But no, another thing I wanted to hit on too that's very important that when you first hired me on and I was doing the ads and I looked through the folder of content, I was like, where is everything at?
Mm-hmm.
More is better.
Yes.
And I feel like the organization that I had for the most part for this year on how much we filmed everything at every moment, that will correlate for all scale cons here forward. Just the content. Because now you have B-roll for every time you want to do an event.
Yeah.
You have speakers on stage. You have different angles. You have the vendors and all the vendor booth stuff and interacting. Then you have all the people doing their fireside chats and this and that and entertaining. And then the two events that were happening on at the same time, the boat and the bar. You have all this content to put something together to correlate the message to the people.
Yep.
And also, when you're making these videos for events, just letting you know, is that you want to hype people up. You want to get people excited to come to this thing.
Yeah.
That's why videos is so important. It's like, if I'm just reading a landing page, I'm going to get bored and click off of this. I'm like, But if I come to a landing page and the first thing I see is just this ultimate value-based, if you're doing your section or a hype video, it's like, oh, I'm juiced to go to this. Like, I feel immersed into this event now.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like, again, like you've been just hitting on the top of the head of people's heads. I mean, content is king in this industry, in this world. In 2026, you need to be doing content. And that's just what it is, plain, period, simple. I've
kind of shifted a little bit. I used to always say content is king. Now I shifted to content's new currency.
Yeah.
It's actual money.
Yes.
Like, it's wild. Like, just the example of the accountant, just the example of what I see MSPs doing, where they're using content and getting an ROI, and it's like content is currency.
Yeah.
And it's like the more content you create, the more currency, more magnets you can create.
Yeah.
You know, again, with preparation and good. One thing I said to the team, another reason we hired you is like, if we created 5% of the amount of content for ourselves that we create for our members, we'd be a $10 million company. Yeah. That's how confident I am in content, where I'm like, if we just created 5%, we're top 1% in the world of Canva creators in the whole world. I was like, if we could create 5% of what we're creating for all our members, we would be a $10 million company. Yeah. And so that's why a big part of this year is shifting to, we also have to create more of content for ourselves. Yeah. Like we can't be the cobbler without shoes, or whatever the saying is. So.
Yeah. But I also think that you guys have been doing a good job, and we've been doing a good job on content. I think that the content we've been putting out there eventually will compound into this guy is like the guy. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you're saying content is currency. Think about these coaches nowadays. They're one-click buys like TikTok Shop. There's an ad. Hey, look, if you're trying to get this, $47, come to my webinar, click here, buy, $50. Every click is $50. But think about it in this space. It's more like, if you're trying to market this, click this now. Boom. One-click buy. Yeah. So I think that content is going to take over the world. I mean, it already has. I mean, look at Hollywood and look at all the other types of content out there. I think that, think about even too, live shopping is a huge industry right now. Yeah. So it's like, it's only going to evolve from here.
And you've helped a couple of members, or you're going to be helping a couple of members out with video, like Ricardo, and Mark, and so these are people that not only saw you at ScaleCon, how much you were helping, they're seeing the content that we're creating and going, we need that they've reached out to you. Now you get to do it. They asked me, like, what do you think? I'm like, absolutely. Yeah. Like, I
remember I had the conversation with Ricardo, and he's like, what should I do? And I was like, look, this is what you're going to do. Ask Tahir, though, because he's the authority in the space, and you let me know what he says. Yeah. And he came back to me. He's like, everything you told me he wants me to do. I was like, I thought so.
100%. Yeah. 100%. He's like, we're thinking about doing this. Is there anything else? I'm like, no, definitely do all of those things. Like, if you do that, it's funny, earlier in this podcast, you said, look at what your competitors are doing. And for everyone listening, this is such an important point. That's how easy it is to differentiate. Because I want you to do that. Yeah. I want you to see how many videos your competitors are actually creating or even using. Yeah. Seeing if they even use a tool like MSB Camp, where they can easily put amazing motion graphic videos out tomorrow. Just look around. Go look at your competitors today. You'll be amazed at how much video can differentiate your MSB so quickly. Yeah. We did it at Alltech. It was such a big part of our marketing. I was the one doing it, though. I'll send you some of these videos, bro. They're horrible, but awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad. Like I'll use it for my series that I'm building, so I'm excited. I'll use it.
When COVID happened, I spent like 2 weeks working on this Star Wars video. Like, 'cause I just had a green screen. I got some of the technicians involved, and it was like this 2-minute Star Wars montage where like a spaceship blew up the moon, and then we had to fight them, and then we recovered the moon because it was a server, and we're protecting the cyberspace. bro, so much time, got like 80 likes, That's not very good. But in hindsight, it's like, man, that should have been an ad. Like there's so much more I could have done with that video.
Yeah.
But back then I was like, oh, let me just like create this thing. I'll send it to you though.
I'm excited.
I thought it was great.
100%.
Whoa, something big just showed up in the cyberspace. I'm gonna go check it out. Oh my Google. It's a down server. The whole system is down. Calling all local units. I need backup ASAP. Oh no. The customer calls are coming in. I'm getting out of here. Text, status.
Tech 2, standing by. Let's take this thing down.
Whew, what a relief.
Tech 3, standing by. All units move to attack position and engage enemy.
Copy, engaging. Initiate disaster recovery. Deploy battery backup power. Great job, guys. Another system saved. Now, let's restore this thing from backup and get out of here. All Tech Services, the elite cyberspace defenders, off to protect the systems. Well, bro, I really appreciate you taking the time to come in here. For anybody watching, if you're an MSP Camp member, we're gonna have Justin on a fireside chat this year where he's gonna get really tactical. He's building his own, your own course, right?
Yeah,
your own like system.
Yeah.
So maybe you can give us a sneak peek of that. Give us some actionable items on using video for our businesses. I'm a forever fan of Justin and everything he's doing. It's so great to have a breath of fresh air, someone that understands, loves content, and can see content and everything, and just understanding it's the new currency. So, Justin, anything you want to say kind of before we wrap up today?
No, I just think that everybody that's listening here today, that first things first is just start. Like if you wanted to do content, like I said, find your competitors in the area, see what they're doing, and then just replicate that. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't think you're Albert Einstein. Just do content. Do what they're doing in your own words, in your own niche. And that's the first start.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
That is, for those listening, exactly what I did. There's a company a competitor called Digital Boardwalk.
Yeah.
And they're here in Lakeland. When I got started in marketing, I literally watched all their videos. I bought a green screen. That's why I learned video, because their CEO was so good at doing it and did it all the time. He had one on every service page, etc. I just started copying them. Obviously not word for word, like you said, just using it as inspiration. Yeah. That is what got me on the trajectory for success, was copying Digital Boardwalk now almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, but it also inspired you though.
Yes,
You've
exactly.
seen there's something at the end of the tunnel. If this guy can do this to get here, then I can just do that and get there.
Yeah, and there's a reason he's doing it.
Yeah.
He's getting results from it. Their business is massive.
Yeah.
Like they're not. It's not massive just for some other reason, or he wouldn't do all these other things, right? Love it.
Crazy thing too, to hit on that one more little thing, is that I have a client that is in the like auto care space, so they wash cars, details and stuff like that. He told me this piece of advice, and it's so random, but I was like, dang, this really resided with me. He said, "There's so much room for opportunity out here. There can be 10 different other auto spas in this area." He says, "I can't wash every car on my own block in 1 week."
Yeah.
Think of how many people are in the area. So for you guys, like I said, think how big your area it is, and don't think about your competition around you. Think about what you can do differently, how you can do it better, and how you can give people service that actually gets them some type of result. If it's awareness, if it's money, if it's whatever the case is, just do that.
Yeah.
And start there.
Spot on. Such a great way to frame it.
Yeah. That was crazy. When he told me that, I was like, dang, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. All right. One other, I know we were wrapping up, but that was such a good point. You know, I think that exact same way. Like, we're actually building a website. You know, we're launching Apex. Apex is building a website for a local competitor.
Yeah.
They're a marketing agency. They don't like their site. They know the kind of sites we can build. So they hired us to build their site. I didn't even think twice.
No.
Because it's like, dude, absolutely. There's 1,000 businesses in Lakeland.
Yeah.
If we get 100 of them, we're massive. Like, it's all good. And so,
yeah, but at the same time, that also provides collaboration because there might be that one client that they can't do, that you know you can do, and you guys are in good standing. So it's like, why not?
Yeah.
Share the wealth.
Yep. Love it. All right, man. Well, Justin, really appreciate you being on. This was super interesting, super helpful. Always enjoy spending time with you, man. And for the listeners, how can they reach you if they have any questions?
Yeah, if you want, you can follow me on Hardcut Media. So it's at Hardcut Media. And then I will be dropping a lot of cool stuff in the future here. So yeah, I mean, definitely stay tuned. And if you're an MSP owner and you need help with content, I'm here to help. And we got something coming too. So
yeah, a lot of stuff coming. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for listening. Hope this was helpful. And we will see you on the next one.
Peace.